Today I want to show you guys how I take my boring lounge room from this and turn it into this for $100. And look, creating a space for YouTube, it can be pretty damn overwhelming. I myself spent way too much time over stressing about this in the beginning. So I wanted to show you guys that you can actually create a really good looking studio vibe without a $2,000 light or without a dedicated production space just to make your videos look high end. You just need a little bit of imagination and also to know how to manipulate light and also create a little bit of depth. And so now before I show you guys how I make this all happen, let me deconstruct this, take the lights, take the plants away, back to the bare bones so I can show you guys exactly piece by piece what I have, where I put it, and how I make this thing work. All right, let's get to it. Ooh, okay, so as you can see guys, there is a pretty big difference, right? Now I am sitting by a big open window here, a big sliding door, and that's awesome for natural lighting. If you have that, use it. But as you can see in the shot, there's not really a lot going on, and there's not a lot going on in terms of separating me from the background. And so usually the first thing that we're looking to get when we're fitting out a studio is a key light or a main source light. Now this window is fine, but I'd like to add a little bit more depth to my shots. And one way by being able to add a little bit more depth is by having a key light. Even if you do have some natural light, a key light will be able to enhance that, especially if there's a little bit of fluctuations going on with the ambient light. You'll have a little bit more control. So you'll be able to light your subject a bit better, which is me, and not have to worry so much about those fluctuations. And this way, I also have a lot more control over my background once I start adding pretty stuff and lights back there. And I'm gonna show you guys the first budget item that I've been using for my key light. This is a $30 ring light from Kmart. Yes, Kmart. It's 45 centimeters in diameter and it's plenty big enough to illuminate me in any situation that I've been in here at home. Now, as you can see, I have some very high-tech stuff going on here. I have this duct taped to an old tripod of mine so I can get a little bit more height, and it's sturdy as hell, so it's not gonna go anywhere. But you know what? It does the bloody job. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this guy on here for you so you can see. All right, now the only thing, as you can see here, is that a ring light is very harsh. They tend to put out very extreme light. Now, it's not soft at all, it just goes boom. And so you might be thinking to yourself, how the hell can you use that then? It's gonna look like crap. Well, here's a little hack. I tear off 2 sheets of baking paper. Here's one I prepared earlier. 2 sheets, I sticky tape these guys together. And then with some very clever engineering, I get some more high-tech sticky tape, and I literally sticky tape this to the back of the tripod, giving me a soft diffused light. Can you see how much better that is already? Look at that. Compared to what it was, a lot better. Now, obviously guys, this is not the best way to create soft light, but honestly, it's enough to soften the light on my face as a key light for a YouTube situation. And if I need it to be brighter, if I need it to be warmer, if I need it to be cooler, there's also adjustable temperature and brightness on here, so I can make it do pretty much whatever I need. Not too bad for 30 bucks. All right, now, so I'm gonna go and stick this over by the window over here about 2 to 3 meters away, and I'm just gonna show you guys the difference that it makes. Let's go. Ooh, all right, let's have a look. So as you can see here, I have a little bit more light on the side of my face here. It's rolling off in the shadows quite nicely. And I think we've been able to add a little bit more depth here. And not only that, we've been able to add some control to this natural light source here, just in case that it starts going down. If it starts falling away on us, we can just crank this guy up a little bit to compensate. All right, so now that we have our key light done, that's all looking good. Now let's have a look at this background because it needs some fixing. And to be honest with you guys, there is endless ways that you can go with this. For me, I wanted to go for a cozy look. So I went for baked plants. Now this big boy here, I really like. I think it's really nice because it's a good space filler and it adds that little bit of pop of green to my backgrounds that I really was looking for. Now this thing here was only 25 bucks. Good old Kmart. And it gives me exactly what I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this over in the background here and show you guys what it does. Ooh, nice. So as you guys can see, it's not so plain Jane in the background over here, right? We have that pop of green. We have an object in the background that's now giving me a little bit more space between myself as a subject and the background. So now you're able to actually, believe it or not, focus on me better because there is things going on in the background. But we are not done because I have a couple more that I want to show you guys. These two plants here, also from Kmart, $15, $5. Now again, I want you guys to remember that these aren't main attraction items. These are just complementary things to make your scene look all pretty. And so to use these two plants here as a bit of a framing shot and to be able to complement the greenery that I've got over here on the right-hand side, I'm gonna go ahead and chuck these over here by the TV and show you guys just how 20 bucks can make a big difference. And let's have a look. Not too bad, hey? So far we have our key light done, we've got our background taken care of on the right and on the left, and that's coming to a grand total of $75 so far. So yeah, it does look a lot better, but when you look at the background, you know, it looks good, but it's still looking a little bit flat. There's not a lot really going on there. It's like, yeah, there's a plant there and there's cushions there and there's another plant there, but it's still a little bit boring. I think we can make it a bit better. This is where some accent lights come in. And so instead of sitting on YouTube for 5 hours looking at the best budget portable lighting kits available, I went to Bunnings. What the hell is Bunnings? It's a hardware store for Australians. And that's where I got this guy. So this floor lamp here, it was 25 bucks. And you might be like, why the hell would you buy this for? Well, what really stood out to me was all these multiple fairy lights that when it's turned on, sticking out in the background, it gives you this awesome, awesome effect with a lot of bokeh. So let me go and show you how it looks. Nice, huh? Now being in the background like this, just out of focus, you can see it gives me that really nice warm glow that turns into this nice bokeh there. It adds some color, it adds a little bit of pop into the corner of that room, and it's not so boring. Now with this lamp included, this brings us to a grand total of $100. And so this to me looks so much better. Put this large plant in the background here. We've got a couple of little plants that we've got for a couple of dollars sitting over here by the TV to frame. And we've also got this lamp sitting in the background giving this nice little pop of color and glow. But if I'm going to be completely honest, when I look back at this plant here, it just seems like it's still a little bit flat. So what I'm going to do is add this $4 light as an accent light to shine up into the leaves. So it gives it just a little bit of, let me show you. So as you can see here now, we've added a little bit of pop of light over to the back plant there. It's put a little bit of shadows on the wall, but it's also just illuminated the plant enough to separate it as something a little bit different from the background. It's not just a blob that's sitting there behind me. It's actually articulated a little bit, even though it's out of focus. Your brain still recognizes that it's there, but it doesn't have to put all of its attention on it. And now we went from our boring plain lounge room to this look for $104. Okay, so I did go $4 over budget, but honestly, for $4, I think that's pretty damn good to get this. And that's why I wanted to make this video for you guys today, to show you that it's not really always about the gear and having the best of everything, right? Filming is generally about working around things and working around what you have. Because if you think of it like this, even a $200 million Hollywood production with all of their pre-production planning done and all the things that come with it, they still come into similar problems that you and I will. They can't control all the environmental factors and they can't control many other things. There's always going to be stuff that comes up and you're always going to have to make do with what you've got in many, many situations. You are always problem solving in this game. So to me, no, you don't need the greatest and latest Amaran lighting kits, and you don't need to have a studio that's fully kitted out and geared up. If you can, and you want to, and you have the space for it, awesome, go for it. But if you're like 99% of the people filming on YouTube and making content in general, you can do an awful lot with just basic things that you've probably already got in your household. And if not, you can pick them up from homeware places and places like Kmart, where I got all this stuff at really good prices. There's always sales on. It's more about being willing to think outside the box, think outside of that consumer mindset, and be able to create your own space in your own style. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that wasn't what you're expecting in terms of lighting today, but I really hope that that was extremely helpful for you guys. make sure that you check out the Create Daily link in the description below. Come and share your work with us. I'm gonna go clean up all this crap and start editing this video before my kids get home. So you know what? Until next time,